It's time to go!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Claude and the Banstas for this Thursday night prediction show. We've got a great guest with us tonight. We've got Dan Potts from the same old Arsenal. How you doing, Dan?
Yeah, good. Cheers, boys. Much appreciated coming on. Good to see you again, Tel, and always a pleasure to be on a pod with Claude. Really appreciate coming on tonight, boys. Thank you.
Just before I introduce...
Always great to have Potsy on, eh? Always great to have Potsy on.
Exactly. Before I introduce Claude, I just want to say, obviously, been a devastating week over on your channel, Dan, and I'm sure myself, Diesel, and Claude would want to send our condolences to Lee and to it's gone out of my bloody brain.
Graham.
Sorry, Graham, for their losses, and we send our love and our condolences, mate, and just let them know we're thinking of them. Yeah, mate.
Thank you very much. It's been a poor year as it is in 2020, but it's not been great of this week. It's been really hard for Lee and Graham, and I've spoken to them both and given them their privacy because they're going through a tough time at the moment. Lee losing his dad and Graham losing his mum is horrendous to lose a parent at any time, but at a time like this, even worse. So wish them both all the best, and all of our thoughts going to their family from same old Arsenal. I'm sure everyone here and Claude and the Banstas as well. So thank you for that, Tel.
Not a problem, mate. Not a problem.
You know, it's very sad because I mean, I've been through it myself, so I know how hard it is as well. And these things it can take a long time to get over things like this. But listen, my thoughts and prayers go out to both their families and all their friends on this very sad week. So my thought goes out to them, and life is just too short, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Claude.
No, exactly. Just before we get started with our predictions, I also want to bring in the news up that Matthew Guendouzi has tested positive for the coronavirus. I don't know if you heard about this, Dan or Claude, but
it's
half of Berlin's problem now.
At least he's got something going positive. No. Joking aside, I wish him well. I hope he makes a full recovery, and because he's still technically one of our players because he's not left us completely, has he? So he could even come back next season. So hopefully he gets back and back to fitness, and hopefully he comes back a better person and a better player.
No, totally agree, mate. Totally agree. All right, let's get straight into it then, boys. It's a great weekend of football. I'm sure not only in myself, but I know Claude is, and I know you are, Dan. So glad that the international break is over. I mean, come on. What a boring bloody 2 weeks it's been. I can't stand the international week. And I'm so looking forward to this weekend before we get into the results, Dan.
Well, I can't deal with these internationals. I can't understand why we're playing it, mate. All these COVID tests coming in positive, and we're travelling around the globe. It's just nonsense to me, mate. But I've missed the Arsenal, and I'm looking forward to this weekend to get football back, mate.
And just quickly, Dan, hopefully, you never know, it might be time to have a Partey. What's your thoughts and feelings on Partey coming to Arsenal?
Oh, mate, excited. I mean, it's the best midfield signing in the Emirates era, isn't it? Period. I mean, we've all been excited about being linked with a guy. To actually finally get him over the line last minute was exciting and saved our transfer window as far as I'm concerned. So, but I want to see him start. Everyone's going on about, is he going to start? Of course he's got to start. You can't put the lad on the bench and get hyped up about him. He's our best midfield player, and if we're going to leave him out, it's just. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because this is Arsenal, isn't it? And this is the sort of thing we do over the years. We get all hyped up and then puts him on the bench. But if you can sit there and tell me that Granit Xhaka or Mohamed El Neni are going to get a place ahead of this lad, then I would worry and I'd start to question Arteta. But, we don't know how fit he is. He seemed pretty fit the other night when he was playing against for Ghana. 2 amazing assists. He was absolutely fantastic from what we can tell. I only saw the goals and the highlights, but he looked superb. And I just worry about his partner, if I'm honest, because I've got a feeling it's going to be Granit Xhaka, and I don't feel that he is going to be utilised well enough next to Granit Xhaka, because Partey has always had a very athletic, mobile centre midfielder next to him, and I think Granit Xhaka is not that. So I'd like to see Dani Ceballos alongside him, because I think we're going to continue at 3 at the back. But listen, Partey's a huge signing, and one I'm very excited about seeing.
No, I totally agree with you, Dan. And just quickly to touch on the subject of Tierney.
I mean, listen. This is what this COVID does. You know, we're sending people around the globe, and this has always got there's always got the risk of that. And Arteta was quite sneaky with his press conference today, and he hinted that both players would be available to start. So I hope that we can read through that properly, and both of them do start, because I actually want to see Tierney in his best position, which I believe is at left back or left wing back. You know, and we think Bellerin will play right, so we'll have Holding, Gabriel and Luiz as a 3, and then hopefully Tierney on that left back side. But if not, I suspect Maitland-Niles will come in and Tierney will make the bench. But you know, he's saying, isn't he, I've tested negative, you know, I've been socially distanced, and unfortunately I've been told to isolate because I've been near Stuart Armstrong, wherever it was who got it. So really frustrating to hear that, because he's one of our most important players, in my opinion, Tierney.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. What we're doing,
you could send the whole Scotland squad home then, couldn't you?
Yeah,
if that's the case. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It's good. This whole subject gets on my nerves. When you see them come out on the pitch, so one team comes out 1 minute, the other one comes out the other side or something, and the next minute they're all once the game started, they're all mixing together because they've got to tackle each other. It's a joke. This whole thing is gets on my fucking nerves.
Oh, I agree, mate.
Sorry, it's a stupid. Then again, we are run. This country's run by a load of donkeys anyway. So what can you say anyway?
What we do is we touch on the formation and how Arsenal are going to.
I'm just hoping all this. And I think don't get me wrong. I think it's a great signing.
Yeah.
I just want to see him on the pitch and all this bloody dancing, people dancing around on the fucking streets and on outside the stadium. And at the end of the day, we haven't even played the game yet. Come on, we're all dancing like that. I mean,
Claudio.
I'm sure. I saw filming outside the Emirates where they were. I thought it was an audition for Strictly Come Dancing going on. We're fucking all dancing next to the Henry statue. Do you know what I'm saying? I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Yeah, but this is just fan base all over, isn't it? They're more excited about signings than actually getting results on the fucking pitch. But come Saturday, listen. I remember the good old days when we signed Dennis Bergkamp. We didn't have all this carry on when we signed Dennis Bergkamp. Yeah, probably one of the greatest signings. We just got on with it. It was fine. Thank you very much. A little way. That was it. Now we've got people doing Instagram dances, this and that.
Stop
Robbie
there.
Lyle
Stop there.
Robbie Lyle did a big dance outside.
Dancing the other day. Don't lie. I don't know if Dan saw it or not, but you done a bit of dancing the other day. Now you need to stand up.
Because I might as well get in the mood for it as well. But yeah, I mean, bloody hell.
Show Dan your dancing.
I hope this is going to stop now. I don't want these people. I hope he's not going to be doing daily Instagram videos with fans as well. We spent £45 million to see him get us results on the pitch. You know what I'm saying?
Claude, you can't leave it. Show Dan a bit your dancing. You got to show him your dancing. Come on. No dancing. I'll start dancing when we get points and we up in the top 4 challenging where we are back to our great. Right. At the moment, it's all about players signing and all this. I want to see action on the pitch. And I think it's a great signing. But let this guy play now. Let this guy play. Just leave it. Let's not go too the other way with it. Oh, Jesus. The game's gone. The game is gone, mate. It's fucking gone. We'll get onto that after we've done the results.
I'm just seeing pictures of that Mr. Wenger on the TV going on about how we should be playing. How it's strange that we're not playing Mesut Ozil. Is he for real?
No, I knew he'd say it. I knew he'd say that.
The man's gone in the head.
He loves him.
It's another way. He's suggesting now instead of taking throw-ins, we should take a kick in on the pitch instead of throwing.
Don't forget, Claude, it's his birthday today. You're going to wish him happy birthday.
Who?
Mesut Ozil's birthday, isn't it? Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mesut. Got enough money to celebrate it, isn't he? So,
I hope that £8 million bonus went down.
I don't think he needs any presents, does he? Fucking hell, he's got a load of presents from Arsenal, hasn't he?
We've got a super chat here from the realist. He says, "Yo, people, AC, you know, how you doing, AC? Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Thank you for that." Another Manchester United fan. I think they're. We won't start on them one because there's another soap opera. There you go, Man United. That's another soap opera beginning there, mate. God, Jesus Christ. Right, boys. Let's start off then. Let's start our prediction show off with the first game of the weekend, Saturday, 12:30, Merseyside derby. This is going to be a great game. Everton are flying high at the moment. Liverpool coming off of a big loss against Aston Villa. And then Everton are at home. I know it don't make a difference at the moment, but Dan, what we're going to start off with, mate?
Well, a lot of people are expecting a shock here, Tel, and I'm not. I think that Liverpool need to react, and what best way is there to react from a 7-2 drumming against Villa than to beat their rivals or their main rivals if you look at their history. And I think that the Merseyside derby is always a great game, but without fans, it's not so great. Still a massive. I can't stand football without fans, but I won't want to go into that. Everton and Liverpool. I've been really impressed with Everton. I really have. I think Ancelotti has done such a great job there, and they've probably had the best transfer window, in my opinion. They sorted out their midfield in one go with Decore, James Rodriguez and Alan, who I think is a fantastic signing and looks to me to be like perhaps the Lucas Torreira that we wanted could be Alan for Everton. But I do think Liverpool are going to get it over the line. You know, everyone's coming out saying it's going to be 3-0 Everton, 3-1 Everton, 4-1 Everton. I honestly believe that it's going to be a 2-1 Liverpool victory. It's going to be very difficult because Everton are hard to break down. But I just think with Liverpool's fullbacks and with Liverpool's quality, they've got Mane back, so I believe. And I think that it will be a 2-1 victory to Liverpool.
2-1 victory to Liverpool. Okay, so Dan's going 2-1 Liverpool. 1. Claude.
You say shock. I think everyone would be considered a shock if Liverpool win this one. The way things are going at the moment. Poor by Liverpool. Looking at it again, it looked as if they were all over the place. I'm not sure whether that was down because of lack of fitness. I don't know what was going on there, and it's a shame Arsenal couldn't exploit it the way Villa exploited it. But there was a few deflected goals in there that went their way as well. Sometimes you need that bit of luck, Villa. I think Liverpool will recover, but Everton are playing ever so well at the moment. Ever so well. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think I'll be a draw this one. But I think Liverpool will show some sort of recovery, but I think Everton will get a draw out of it because they're playing really well at the moment.
It'd be good if we do. If it is a draw, it'd be good for Arsenal, wouldn't it? It's a good result for Arsenal if they draw. Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
Don't you start down on that, making it as if we're now contenders after 5 games.
Well, we're not. What are we not then? Are we not going to win the league?
Not you at all, mate.
No, well, I'm only mucking around, mate. You know.
No, I know what you are.
Well, for me, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Everton win. I don't look, it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a really good game. But I think Everton can do it this time. I think it's going to be. I just think they're going to nick it. I think it'll be a tight 1-1 game, and then they'll nick it right at the end for some reason, and Calvin-Lewin will get the winner. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what I feel. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Everton win. Right, going on to the next game of the weekend, boys, and that is where are we? Sorry, boys, 2 secs.
Chelsea Southampton, is it?
Yeah, Chelsea Southampton.
Yeah, Chelsea Southampton at 3 o'clock. Is this a pay-per-view game? The first pay-per-view game of the weekend? Is this?
Oh, let's not start about that. Jesus.
Chelsea versus Southampton.
To be honest with you, I'd rather spend £15 and watch a repeat of Colombo. But anyway.
Chelsea Southampton. I do again feel that Chelsea are due to give a team a drumming. I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea, and I think that what Frank Lampard needs is to make this team gel. And once he does get it right, which unfortunately I think eventually will this season, I think it could be quite bad news because their forward line is so impressive. But I'm not scared by Chelsea. I'm not threatened by them because they can always leak a goal. You know, their goalkeeper, they could have put anybody in goal and he'd been better than that, Kepa. I think Reece James is a really underrated player. I thought he was brilliant last night, actually. I thought he was probably our man of the match for England. I think he's going to be a great fullback. Now they've got Ben Chilwell. He's definitely better than Marcus Alonso, as they call him. So if they can improve defensively, I think they've got a great chance here. I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea, though, Tel. I think they're going to turn it on. Timo Werner, to me, looks like he could be a great player. He's the only one that looks lively enough. Kai Havertz needs time. I think Ziyech will get into the swing of things once he's given his chance. Pulisic being back is a massive positive for Chelsea. I actually think he's probably their best player going forward. I'm going to go for 3-0 to Chelsea. I think this will be a comfortable win.
Okay. Claudiola.
I think it'll be a comfortable win for Chelsea. Yeah. I think they're starting to look a bit more dangerous. They've had a poor game a few weeks back against Liverpool. I mean, but other than that, they've done all right. I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea. I think they'll concede, though. I think they will concede. 3-1 for me. 3-1 to Chelsea for that.
Okay, I'm going to go. It's going to be a three-way win here for Chelsea. I'm going to go 3-2. I know 3-2. I just think that Chelsea's defence is terrible still. I don't think they're in the transfer market. They sorted that out. And I think Danny Ings will have a good game. And for some reason, I think he'll get a couple of goals. And I'm going to go, but I think Chelsea will nick it. Their players will come good this weekend. I can see this one being a good game and all. And I'm going to go 3-2, boys.
Cracker. What a game.
Next one is Manchester City, Arsenal, 5:30 kickoff. The biggest game of the weekend. Let's be honest, boys. Are we going to have a party come 7 o'clock? Dan, let us know.
Well, we're already having a party, aren't we, as Claude said? But nah, I think this ain't going to be as easy as what people are saying. There's a great side, Man City. You know, when they turn it on, they can be. But I will say this one thing about Arsenal playing Man City. This is the first time in 10 years that we are going to play a Man City side that does not have a Vincent Kompany, a Yaya Toure, a David Silva, a Sergio Aguero, or a Kevin De Bruyne. And I can't remember the last time we played Man City without those players. So if there's any time to beat them, it would be this weekend. We are going to have to be on form. We are going to have to take our chances. We are going to have to defend well. But I'm actually, after all that optimism, going to go for a 1-1 draw. I just don't think we're going to take 3 points. Something tells me we're not going to take all three. I don't know what it is. I don't think Pep Guardiola wants to lose this game out of any because it's Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, who he's always done quite well against. And something tells me that it's going to be a draw, but I really hope that I'm wrong. Like many people in the chat are going for an Arsenal win. They're talking about Kevin De Bruyne may play. He may be fit enough. Let's see what happens. I'm not so sure how bad his injury is, but normally when we get this injury news, that they always end up playing, don't they? So we'll see what happens. I think if he does play, it's a huge plus for Manchester City, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, 1-1 draw. Claudiola.
I'm gonna go. I think we're going to win the game. I really think we're going to win this one. As you just pointed out, Dan, the players that are missing as well for Man City. I think this is a perfect opportunity to go at Man City. I think they're in a bit of a rut. We're not playing great, but we've been getting the results. I think if we're being quite honest, I think we've played. I think we've played really well in the game against Fulham, but the other two games, the other games that we've won, I thought we were just patchy in the 10-minute spells, and have won the games. And but we've been getting the results, which is important when you're not playing well as well. But I just feel we're going to. We don't know. Is De Bruyne fit? He's not fit, is he?
They're not saying he's not, but you never know, do you?
I can't see anything, but I think we're going to win. I think we can win now. All about team selection. I wonder will he play Partey tomorrow? There's a big thing where he seemed a bit unsure in the presser that whether he was going to play him. He didn't look very convincing to me but I think at least he'll be on the bench. But I don't think he'll play because him because he's not had time to settle into our pattern, has he yet? He hasn't. Didn't he say that he needs to see if he understands the way we're playing and things like that? I remember when Perez came here from France that he was made to sit on the bench to have a look how the team is playing, the team pattern was playing, watching it from the sidelines. So I remember he was watching the game at Sunderland away, I think it was, and he had to look at it. This is how we're playing. This is what you've got to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even playing tomorrow. But I'm still going to go for a 2-1 win because I think I just feel Man City have got a lot of players out. You just named them. They've got no threat really up front. I mean, they're going to have to play Mahrez as sort of a striking role. I don't think they were that good against Leeds. I thought they were poor. Leicester ripped them apart on the counter-attack. And I think we can do exactly the same with our counter-attacking style. And I don't think their defence can cope with Aubameyang if he's on form. So I'm going to go Arsenal to win 2-1.
Excellent. Excellent. I like it, Claude. I like it. Just before I put mine, we've got Gio, our man, is in the house. How you doing, Gio? Hope you're well. Thank you for your super chat, mate. He says biggest game of the weekend is the Milan derby, Claudiola.
Yeah, that's a big game. That's a massive game. If you're Italian, you know that is massive. Big game that is. But they're not the Milan and Internazionale. Milan definitely are not the team that they were years ago. They're not that team anymore. If we go back in years, they used to be phenomenal. They used to be the team in Italy. They used to be phenomenal. Everyone goes back to the days of when they had Hullet, Bansta, and players like that, and they were phenomenal team. Arrigo Sacchi's manager. What a great team that was. So they're not that side. That should be a great game. I think that would be a good game, though. Inter Milan, they've got a lot of Man United players, ex-Man United players from the English Premier League. I think you'll win tonight, G. I don't think you'll beat them. I think you'll win. I think you might nick that one. There you go.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to go with, just before I do that, we've got another super chat. Connor O'Neill, thank you very much, mate. He says, all right, lads, do you think Ollie's going to get the sack? Dan, quickly.
He is going to get the sack, but it won't be just yet. I think Pochettino's being lined up as we speak, and they're just waiting for him to find the right time to go. And I think it's bad news if he comes to Manchester United, because I think he can turn that team into winning trophies. But I think that with Ollie, they've got Newcastle, and if it's not a win there, I think they'll give him 1 or 2 more games and see how he gets on. But it's not looking good for him, and I don't think he's not right for the job. So Pochettino is my favourite to go to Man United.
Yeah, I totally agree with Dan on this. I think what will happen is if once Pochettino, I don't think it's the only problem, by the way, the coaching there. Once he comes in, he'll improve them. He'll get them up to a certain level, and they'll just still fall short. I think the big problem there is the people that run the football club, like Woodward and Cohen. Getting the signings that they really want, and so that is the major problem there. I don't think whoever's in charge, but I think Ollie, what Pochettino will do for Man United will give them a lift tactically, much more better tactician, and he'll get them playing better. But I don't think they'll get to a certain top 3, but to challenge for the real big prize, I think they need more than just a top manager. I think they need proper backing on the outside as well.
I'm going to agree with both of you guys, apart from one thing that Dan said, and that was that Ollie's not the right man. He's definitely the right man for the job, and as long as he keeps, then I'm all for it, mate. You know what I mean? Keep him in the job.
Let it continue.
You want a serious debate, or do you want an anti-Man United debate? What do you want?
Getting back to the game, Man City Arsenal. I agree with more or less both things you said. Again, for me, this is all down to team selection this weekend. If he picks the team with the spine that we desperately have wanted and that we've needed and that we go with, and that's with Leno in goal, Gabriel starting, Partey starting, and Aubameyang up front, for me, then I think we can go out and win this game no problem. It doesn't matter what players are playing for Man City. I personally think that if he starts with them 4 players, with the best players around them, especially with Tierney at left back and all, then I think we can go out and win 3-1, personally. But then that will change if he plays Kloziak and bloody Shakar and El Nini. Do you know what I mean? Then we're possibly looking maybe I would go a 1-1 draw like Dan. But I'm going
to pull you up on El Nini, Dan. I'm going to pull you up on him. I don't think he's as bad as everyone is thinking. I actually think, to me, out of a lot of them so far this season, to me, I've been more impressed with him than the other lot. I think he's improved a lot. I think he's improved since he's come back. And actually, it's because of his reputation. We all look at him. If you watch him play, he's not playing badly. He's not played badly at all. And I thought... I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of them that wanted him out, but I've seen something different since he's come back from. Where is it from? Turkey? Was he playing in Turkey? Was it Turkey?
Besiktas, yeah.
Since he's come back, I've seen a different player. It's like it's a different player altogether. So maybe it's the coaching here that wasn't doing him any favors, because since he's come back, he's not played too badly. And if I remember, there was one game, I think was it Liverpool? He was outstanding. So I'm not going to knock him to complete. I will say this about Arteta, though. I will say this, right? I don't want to put any negative feel on this, but I hope he don't go with the same attitude that he went with Liverpool, because this lot are there for a taking. I hope we don't go there and park the bus, right, completely like we did at Anfield. Try stay in the fucking game when you can exploit these much more than what you can exploit Liverpool as well. So they're there to be beaten. Leicester knocked 5 past them, yeah?
I agree with what you're saying.
Aston Villa knocked 7 past Liverpool, and we're talking about our fans were going on about how proud we were to stick in a game till 86 minute, where we should have been. We showed them far too much respect. I do believe if we played our proper game, and I believe we can win it, but it's up to the coach as well to get them to really go for it and play a more positive game. That's all I'm saying.
Go on, Dan, you go first, mate.
I think, just to touch on El Neni first, I think what Mohamed El Neni's done is, I think he's been quite similar, if I'm honest with you, and I don't think it's been terrible to watch. I've never hated El Neni as a player. What I find with El Neni is he's very negative, very sideways, bit of a crab, doesn't quite go forward, just always wants to go backwards or sideways, which is what you need in a team sometimes. But when you're trying to be creative in there, I don't think he's your man. He's not got the athleticism like Granit Xhaka. Fine passing a ball sideways 10 yards. Absolutely. If you want to play like that, brilliant. But I think if you go 2-0 up against Man City like we did in the FA Cup, then El Neni's someone you bring on and try to keep things simple. That's absolutely fine to have a player like that in your squad. I just don't like the lad starting every game. But listen, I don't hate the guy. I don't think he rarely makes mistakes, rarely gives the ball away. I actually prefer him to Granit Xhaka and always have done. But again, Granit Xhaka is probably one of my worst players. I think that he's improved these players, Arteta. You know, it's no doubt. You know, El Neni's come back and he's looked better. But then so is Mustafi and Xhaka and all these players. So I think with El Neni, that's absolutely right. And the last thing I'll say about what Claude's touched on there, I want to see Tierney playing because he's the only one that gives us a threat, and David Luiz, by the way, with balls over the top. And against Liverpool, we didn't try that. We did it in the 93rd minute and Aubameyang went through. And I thought, bloody hell, why didn't we do that earlier? That's what I want to see is Aubameyang and Willian getting behind the players. When Kyle Walker and Mendy push forward, they'll go bombing down the wings. We get them on the counter, get the ball over to Aubameyang and Willian, and we can cause some damage. That's the tactic that needs to work, in my opinion.
I totally agree.
What I'm saying, Dan, I thought we gave Liverpool too much respect.
We did.
The way Villa went at them, they just didn't care. They saw the weaknesses, and I don't think we saw the weaknesses because the way you could see that Liverpool. We were. I don't think we gave any sort of service. I mean, if you watch the game against Liverpool, I don't think and Aubameyang had how many touches he must have had in that game. I think even Paul Merson said it.
He did, yeah.
He didn't hardly get any touches.
No.
I mean, and look at Villa. I know they were at home, but I don't think this makes any difference. By the way, home, away, whatever. There's no one around. But look at the way Villa went. They attacked. They went for it because they went for their weaknesses. They weren't worried about what their strengths are. They went for their weaknesses, and I mean, all right, they had a little bit of luck with a couple of deflected goals, but they went for it.
Yeah,
and I think sometimes we give too much respect, and that's the problem. I mean, give them respect, all very well, but not too much. I'm saying.
Yeah. No, look, I totally agree. There's just a few things I just want to quickly pick up. First thing is Dan's, because he just mentioned it, is David Luiz. I don't want him nowhere near this team. I'm sorry, that's just my point of view. After the last game he played at City, when he come on for that fucking 5 minutes and absolutely dropped a bomb on Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Gifted them a goal and then gift away a penalty and then sent off. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I don't want it. I think he's too slow for Man City, myself personally. If Sterling and all that get through, we've got no chance with David Luiz being in defence. He will give away fouls, and unfortunately, he could give away another bloody penalty or get sent off. So I don't want David Luiz.
He did against Sheffield United, didn't he? David Luiz.
He got away with it, didn't he? He got away with it.
Yeah, he did.
I mean,
can't help himself, man.
He's lucky.
But he's too slow. It's too slow. It's a fact. Well,
it's lucky that the referee turned into Stevie Wonder, because otherwise we'd have got another red card. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So,
and then just quickly, picking up on what you said, Claude, you said, if I would have said that just a minute ago, what you just said, you'd have absolutely slated me. And what you just said was about El Nini coming back, he's done wonders. Maybe it was the coach and the coaching from last time. So what you're picking up on there is maybe that's why the players did Dan Tools in the first place, because they didn't believe in the manager that was there, that fraud who I kept talking about, who I'm not going to say his name. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it was to do with that. Look at all these players now, like Dan just said. Mustafi.
I'm not just talking about Emery. I'm even before Emery. Even before Emery. Let's get it right. I mean, even before Emery, because the coaching wasn't great. If you look at Arsenal, right, when we was at our best, it's because we had fantastic footballers who just done what they were told to do, what they were, and were free flowing because they could just play without coaching. Yeah. Right? Exactly. When you needed someone like when Wenger then had all these people coming into the scenes like Shamak and Gervinho and all this rubbish that came in after, yeah, they needed coaching, and Wenger wasn't able to do it. And that's where he came short, because he's as well as he's a great man, maybe a great man manager and getting players to play. Yeah, half these players couldn't play anymore, couldn't be coached, because they didn't. His philosophy was that just go out and play your way, and that's what happened. There was no coaching going on.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
That's what I'm trying to say, because back when he had the players that he had, the richness of players that he had at the time, he didn't need to do it, because they just were able to play without being coached. But some players need to be coached.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then just the other point, just quickly, you said about we went, which I do agree with. We went there, we didn't play our correct game against Liverpool. It was, let's be honest, it was a poor performance. But at the end of the day, we can't beat this team every time we play them. You know, we played them 3 times before. We beat them 3 times. I know it was on penalties.
Oh, come on, man. Don't start me on that, Terry. Don't start me on 2 penalty shootouts. One in the Foxy Catcher Community Shield, right? Please don't keep on about we beating them this time. You're getting like that bloody DT. It's getting on my nerves, mate. We beat them 3 times against the one. No, the penalty shootout, and one was in the Community Shield. Let's get it right, yeah?
It's fact.
And when we beat them in the league, yeah, we had 2 shots on goal against their 25, yeah? 2 shots on goal, and we beat them in the league, and they were already on the beach, right, in the league, because they've already won the title.
Against Villa. How many shots did Liverpool have against Villa, and what was the score?
Exactly. That's my point.
Goals go.
My point.
As long as the goals go in.
That's my point, Terry. That is my point. That is my point. Yeah, I don't count Community Shields, right?
I'm not
you don't mean a thing to me.
I'm just talking about a game in general. I'm not talking about
they're even thinking of scrapping it now, taking it off the calendar with the League Cup, taking it off.
That's because of 2 big.
That's how much value it has.
Well, Man City ain't saying,
he's gone now.
His computer ain't taking it no more. He fucks off. He doesn't want to do anymore.
Oh, dear.
Oh, God. He will be back in a second. Right, just let's move on quickly then from Man City Arsenal. We've got the three results in. Here he is. He's back. He's back here. He must have pressed the button in anger, Dan.
Again now.
He's gone to cool down. He's gone to cool down, and now he's back.
It's a brand new laptop, and it's already starting to mess me about already. I don't know what's going on.
A couple of people said they missed my prediction. What I said is that I'm going to be positive. I'm going to go 3-1 because I'm going to hope that he's going to play the players that we want, and that is Gabriel, Partey and aubameyang, and obviously Leno in goal. If he plays them with Tierney on the left and all our main players, then I think we'd have too much for City. That's just me personally. If he plays Konaziak and Xhaka and El Nini and them players, then I would go for a 1-1 draw like Dan. It's as simple and easy as that. We've got just before we move on, we've got a super chat here from Zane. Zane, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Thank you very much for your contribution. He says, Claude, do you think we should go for St. Maximum next season?
Oh, Maximus, you mean from Newcastle? I presume he means that.
St. Maximum, yeah, from Newcastle, yeah.
No, mate. He's one of these players. I'm sorry. He'll do something for 10 minutes and then disappear for 80. No, not for me. Not for me. He's not for me. Not the type of player for me. No. He looks good on. I've seen him play a couple of times, and he looks good in patches, but he's not for me. I don't know what that Dan thinks about him.
I like him, but I'm with you. For me, he got moments of magic, but not consistent enough. Doesn't score enough goals. Has glimpses of being a threat going forward, and has some flair. But I think we can do better. I think actually we don't need wingers, do we? You know, we don't need any more bloody wingers. We didn't really need Willian, but we got him. We got Willian, we got Nelson, we got Pepe, we got Saka, we got Martinelli, we got Aubameyang. Do we need another one? Not for me. Need a creative midfielder for me.
That's what we've done over the years, Dan. That's all we've done is bought players in wide positions rather than use player by player. That was a Wenger trait, wasn't it? Getting wide players. And in the end, we've got players playing out of position. I'll never forget that. We even bought Arshavin and we stuck him out wide when he was a number 10.
Nasri as well. Nasri, we put him out wide. We do it with all players, don't we? Nasri, Arshavin.
Yeah. Even I remember them putting Ozil out wide.
Yeah. There we go. What's the next game, Tel?
The next one, which we're going to, is Newcastle versus Man United at 8 o'clock Saturday night. Saturday night football is back. Let's have it right. Great games this weekend. What are you going for, Dan?
Huge game, really, for Man United and for Newcastle, because Newcastle were a team who I think deserve a lot of respect under Steve Bruce. Everybody had him out the door as one of the first managers to be sacked last season. I think he's done a good job. You know, with a team that I think was championship quality, he's managed to keep them up and show some kind of respect. I don't think he's as bad a manager as some people are saying, if I'm honest with you, Steve Bruce. But there we go. I do think that they've got a little bit too much for Newcastle, Manchester United, and I can see this being a scrappy win because Manchester United need to just get 3 points. And it's a little bit like when they beat Brighton a couple of weeks ago, didn't really deserve it, but they managed to get the 3 points, and I can see a scrappy win for Manchester United. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Man United win.
Okay, 2-1 Man United win. So that is down 2-1. Just before we come to you, Claude, I just want to get that chat from Zane. How you doing, Zane? He said, Claude, who is worse, Ollie or Southgate? Oh, bloody hell. Ollie or Southgate? Don't you think our press overhyped the English players? England team is so boring to watch.
Well, I didn't watch the 2 games, but apparently they beat the best in the world in Belgium, and everyone was going mad about winning the Euros next year. And then suddenly they're going lost to Denmark, and they want Southgate out as soon as possible. So this is England football fans for you. I mean, to be honest with you, as I don't really watch it, but. You're going on about Ollie as well. Southgate has, I don't know what was Southgate justification Southgate had to get the international job in the first place. He'd done nothing in club football. So it's a bit of a toss-up between them two, actually, to be honest with you.
In his defence, though, in his defence, Southgate, he did actually turn around and say, I didn't want the job, I was given it. He was under 21, Sam Allardyce was sacked, and he was given the job as a temporary basis, and then took it as simple. And he said, look, I didn't actually want it, I didn't apply for it, they gave it to me. He took him to the World Cup, and he did give him a hell of a chance there to get to the semi-finals. No matter who we played, you got to beat the team in front of you. And yeah, we might have had an easy way getting there with Sweden and Finland and whoever else we played, Colombia. But I'll give Southgate his due. He did well and he got the team lifted and team morale. But I think he's negative. I really do. I don't think he picks the right team. And I think for Ollie, I think the job's too big for him. But if I had to pick one, I probably would pick Southgate, because I think that if you can't get the best out of the players that you've got there, you need to lift the team in the dressing room. And I think that's what Gareth Southgate has done with England. So if he can do it with the England boys, he must be able to do it with a club team. So I'd go Southgate if I had to pick one out of the two.
And to be fair as well, everyone was saying got England to the semi-finals. If you look at the route they had to that semi-final, I'm not.
Yeah. That's what I just said. Yeah,
I'm not being funny. They had a really, as you said, Dad. If you look at their route to that semi-final, then and they got beat by Belgium twice in that tournament.
Yeah.
So they got stunned by Belgium. I mean, it could have been better for England if Harry Kane had put the ball across rather than be greedy and shoot. But I mean, he had one of these moments, didn't he? So, yeah, I agree. I agree. I think I would say maybe Southgate is, because you can say I mean, although I didn't rate it that much, he did get the semi-finals of the World Cup in the end. Whatever way you look at it, whoever that you only can beat what's in front of you, as the old saying goes. And Ollie is all Ollie's achievements so far is relegating Cardiff City and winning a title with Norway, which is not. Hold on, there's another super chat coming before.
We've got a couple here. So this is the first one. We've got. Hold up, we'll do Zane's first.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. We'll do Zane's first.
Lost that one. Can you recover the other one back after?
It's fine, mate. Not a problem. Just quickly picking up on what was going on. I totally agree with you, boys. I think personally, Southgate is as boring as fuck, to be honest. I'd rather. I think he's got the personality of watching paint dry. He's got no enthusiasm, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I want a manager that, you know what I mean, if you score goals, that celebrates with you. He looks like he wants to win your things. He just, for me, he's just so dull. He's just dull. I just don't like him, to be honest. And I think he's boring. He doesn't pick the right players, like Dan said. The players that we've got for England at the moment are all young and exciting players. I think we've got a great team there that we could have. If you could imagine Harry Redknapp or Bobby Robson there managing these players, we'd be absolutely brilliant, personally, but not with Gareth Southgate. So I'll go on. Zane, thank you very much again. He said, Claude, can you imagine Ancelotti being manager of England?
Can I imagine? Yeah, I think he'd make a great. I think he's a great guy. Ancelotti. I think he's brilliant. I don't think people rate him highly enough. He's done it everywhere, mate, and brilliant coach, fantastic coach, and he's still good. He's still going. A lot of people say he's washed up. Well, we've shown at Everton how good he is. Last year he was struggling a bit. He didn't have the players. He's got the players in now, and they're not looking bad. I know it's early days, but his astute signings in what he's brought into the club. I think that Calvert-Lewin. I watched him last season. He wasn't going through a great time, but I could see there's something in that boy. I think he's a terrific talent. I wouldn't mind him up front with aubameyang in our team, mate. I think his all-round game is fantastic, and he's going to be the player to look out for this season. Yeah, there's a chat. Thanks for that, Zane. I really appreciate that. Oh, look who is it? Look, it's the blind guy, Daniel, who I had on the show earlier this week. And by the way, a lot of good feedback from that. I got a lot of feedback from that from Daniel. Everyone was quite impressed with Daniel. He put some really good points in, and they're really impressed with you, Daniel. So well done for the other day, for coming in the other day. And what's he saying? We can't keep going on about the Community Shield win over Liverpool until we beat them or Man in a competition that matters. Then we can say we have really turned a corner. And 100% right. And I don't consider FA Cup, and I mean in the league. This is where I want to when I'll start believing when we beat these teams on a consistent basis in the Premier League. Then I will start to say then we can start looking at it properly. But he's absolutely spot on with that comment.
I do agree to a certain extent with that. But then
you would be to a certain extent. Here we go. What
I'm going to say is then we might as well just scrap the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the Community Shield. Then and just
they are scrapping the League Cup. They are scrapping it, man. They've seen it in the week. They're scrapping it.
I've got no problem with that, but what I'm saying is we might as well just stop it then, because unfortunately, like I keep saying, the world at the moment and the government, it's like in schools nowadays. It's just don't worry about it. You're in a competition. If you lose, you lose. Everyone gets a medal. Do you know what I mean? That's the way the world's going now. For me, you've got to be in it to win it, and I want to win everything. Doesn't matter what I'm playing.
Oh dear! You're not understanding.
So we won it.
Yes, but it's not the way. It's not what you the actual judgment where your team is going, because Wigan beat Man City, right, in the FA Cup, and they got relegated.
Yeah,
relegated, and we've not seen them since.
Yeah, exactly.
They've gone through the bloody floor now. They've gone through the floor. They're not recovered. Right? What did that good? What good did that do? The FA Cup.
Exactly.
What did it do, Wenger? What good did it do, Wenger?
It's winning. It's a winning mentality. It's a winning mentality. You telling me? Hold up. You telling me now, right? When you was managing or co-managing,
Bellerin said it's not important to win. Bellerin.
When you were co-managing AFTV, when you was co-managing, when you was in a little cup, you said, "Oh, don't worry about it, boys. Just go out and just have a run about. Just have a little run about. If we get beat 12-0, who gives a shit? Come on, who cares about it? We don't really want to win this." Is that what you said as a manager? Is it, Claude?
No, you're like an old woman, Terry. Honestly. Jesus.
Now that the facts are coming out, you go all quiet, Claudiola.
No, I thought I was a moaner. Fucking hell.
How you doing, mate? You said, Claude, who is worse, Maguire?
You could moan for England, you. Anyway, let's carry on.
Well, look, it's just facts, mate. That's all I'm saying. It's just facts. Zane said, Claude, who is the worst, Maguire or Mustafi?
It's a freak or a donkey, you mean? Yeah. What's worse?
That's easy. That's easy for me.
Listen, I think that's a bit harsh on Maguire, by the way. To be honest with you, he's just going through. I think he's going through a few personal problems at the moment. Yeah, I think he'll bounce back. He's not as bad as what people are saying. I think. Do you know what? I think sometimes people say, "Oh, they can't. It shouldn't affect them on the football pitch." It's not as simple as that. If you've got personal problems, it's going to affect your daily life. I don't care what you say. Some people can cope with it. Some people can't. Some people have mental issues, and they take it onto the football pitch and it affects them. It's the world the world is. We're humans. They're not robots. They're human beings, my friend. And so I wouldn't write Maguire off yet. I still think there is a player there. I just feel that he's going through a really bad time at the moment, and I think it's a bit harsh to put him with Mustafi. But maybe Dana disagrees with me on that. I don't know.
Well, no, 100% agree. I can't stand Mustafi. I never liked the guy since he kicked the football in Arsenal shirt. He's still here 5 years later. I mean, of course he's here, and no one's going to pay him 90 odd grand a week, are they? So we're stuck with the guy for another year. I mean, it's just joking. There's not even any. I mean, Maguire, I don't actually think's that great, if I'm honest. He needs a good, solid partner next to him. Mustafi doesn't need a partner next to him. Mustafi needs to just be gone as soon as possible, as far as I'm certain. He's brilliant under Arteta, Mustafi. He's the next Cannavaro. I've never understood it or seen it personally. He just needs to go as soon as possible, along with Kolasinac and Socrates and all the others. That's what I think.
I think what we'll have to do is from now on, Dan, is we'll have to substitute you in for Claude, unfortunately, because you agree with me all the time. But
my bloody channel, do you mind? My fucking channel. All this bullshit.
This just goes to prove, right? This goes to prove, Claude, what I've been saying all the time.
I don't mind sitting outside and not doing anything and getting the money. I don't mind that. You keep going.
You look at Maguire, right, at Leicester. Fantastic. He was brilliant. He was brilliant for Leicester. He's gone to United. He hasn't had the players around him. He hasn't had the right coach. And it just goes to show you, if you haven't got them two, right, then your performance, this is what happens. Right, this is what happens. He's playing with shit at the moment. At the centre backs with him, he's not got a strong partner, and at the moment, obviously under Ollie, it's not going well. So look what happens. Look what happens. Same with, like I said, I mean, just bringing him up quickly, Ozil. If you haven't got the right players around him, he's not going to perform. It's as simple and easy as that. Same as Holding. You put David Luiz next to him. I'm not saying that Holding's fantastic, but he goes to shit because David Luiz is not strong enough as a person to be next to Holding. It's as simple and easy as that. But going by that question, Maguire is much better than Mustafi. No two ways about it. Alexandre, thank you for your super chat. He's put, Claude, since you and I are close in age, in my opinion, and you as an Italian, as a player, who would you pick as a player, Ancelotti or Mancini?
Cool, dear. Ancelotti, that's tough. That's tough. I would say about levels, about levels, mate. Ancelotti was a top player as well.
Right, we've got another super chat. We're going to have to quickly get rid of these and then get our scores in because we're running behind here. Zane, thank you very much, mate. He said, Claude, the world has gone mad. Maguire costing the same as Ronaldo, and Maguire is worth a quarter of the Bayern Munich team. Let that sink in.
Yeah, it's not his. Now, can I just say, Zane, and it's a good point, but the price tag is not his fault. That's the fault of the club that pays it. So the price tag is not his fault. Nor is it Chilwell's. Leicester do very well out of this, by the way. They're very clever. I don't think Chilwell is worth 50 million pound, and that will be, and he'll be exposed as a defender. It's good going forward, but he'll be exposed in the season as a defender. Don't you worry about that. So I just feel that the price is not the player's fault. It's just the clubs pay it, and it's.
Oh, he's fucked off again. He's just not happy.
He's just not happy, mate. He's not happy. What will we tell? What is it? Man United, Newcastle. Yeah, I said 2-1. Man United.
2-1, mate. You said 2-1. I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go the same, mate. To be honest, I'm going to go the same. I think it'll be an hard game, but I think Man United will just nick it and keep Ollie in the job for another couple of weeks. To be honest,
yeah, I agree.
Cool. Newcastle, Man United. Quickly, results.
I don't know what's happening here. This is happening again, and for a week it hasn't been going on. I don't know anyone that knows about all these things. Why keep you?
Put it out after all. It's not a problem.
Oh dear, sorry. Well, where are we? What game are we on now?
Newcastle, Man United, mate. Your prediction.
I'm going to go for a United win. I think I'm going to go with Dan on this one. I agree. I think you said 2-1, didn't you, Dan? To United.
Yes.
I'm going to go with you on this one. I think it's. I think United will bounce back here because that's what happens with United. they might not play well, but they seem to when they play Newcastle, they seem to get last season was an exception. They got beat, but I just get that feeling that they'll bounce back. They'll probably get a penalty against them. I've got a feeling it'll be 2-1. But Newcastle, they're a strange team. See, this is what I'm saying, and that's why I fancy United. They can beat. What was it? They got a draw against Spurs. They beat
West Ham,
and then they go and lose to Brighton at home. 3-0.
Strange.
So you can't trust Newcastle on that. So that's why I'm going to go for a narrow Man United win. But I don't think it means they're out of the woods. They got the next week they play Chelsea, and they've got Arsenal after that, I think. So
yeah, exactly. We're going 2-1 across the board there, Claude. All three of us. Just before we move on to Sunday's game, everyone, going to take a quick minute to get a drink and just have a quick ad break. Right, let's get back straight to it, boys. Sheffield United, Fulham, Sunday at what time have we got here? 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, Dan. Sheffield United, Fulham.
This is going to be an interesting one, because
you made me sit through that while you went and got a pint.
I would love to have a pint. You know, I would love to
sit through that when you go and get a pint, did you? Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
I'd love to have a pint. You know that, but unfortunately, I'm driving straight after, so I got.
Oh, of course, I forgot. I keep thinking it's Friday.
Sorry, I wish it was, mate. Believe me, I would have had a pint like Dan's got. Don't worry about that. He's teasing me now.
Oh, mate. Sheffield United, Fulham. Listen, this is two sides that I worry for this season. I think Fulham look dead and buried unless something drastically changes. And I think that Chris Wilder, who for me was manager of the season last year, I think they've been found out. You know, they've got one way of playing and one way of playing only. And if you can get that early goal, you can destroy them. And although they gave us a bit of a tough game at the Emirates, it's the only game I've seen them kind of pick themselves up, really. I don't think that they're going to have a good season, Sheffield United. I really don't. I think they're lacking goals. And both teams are going to struggle. This is actually a big game for both teams, but I just don't think I can see Fulham winning at the moment. I would normally say draw when two teams are playing bad, but I think Sheffield United against us impressed me the way they were playing, so I think that they will take the 3 points. But I think it's going to be a real boring game, and it'll be a real sort of nervy game and a shaky game. I'm going to go 1-0 Sheffield United.
1-0 Sheffield United. Okay, Claude.
Well, this is the occasion where you get the paintbrush out and then put the water, put it towards the wall and let it dry. Because if you're paying £15 for that, I think I suggest you haven't got more money than sense. It is a £15 one, isn't it? This one. This is a £15 game, isn't it? Good old.
Yeah, I think it might.
Box office game, or definitely, because it's not one that would have been chosen by Sky. That was. I got a feel. I think Sheffield United have been, despite the losses, there's a lot of them games where they've been very unlucky. Especially against Arsenal, I don't think they played that bad. And what was it? The game, and that I also saw they played really well. was it the? It was one game before that they really played well and they deserved more, and the decisions went against them. Anyway, I think Fulham are the worst, one of the worst teams I've ever seen come into the Premier League. I know it's early. You're going to say it's too early to judge, but they are awful. They are absolutely awful.
Do you reckon they'll get less points than Derby did that year, Claude?
Yeah, I said that at the start of the season. I think they might get less than what Derby got. I can see only one result in this. I'm actually going to go more than I'm going to say 2-0 Sheffield United. But knowing the way football goes, I won't be surprised if Fulham go and win there, because this Premier League, mate, it's bizarre. But I think now suddenly the players are getting the fitnesses to get more fitter and everything. I think these bizarre results are going to be very few and far between. So, but I think it'll be 2-0 Sheffield United.
I'm going to go 0-0. I'm going to go 0-0. I don't. Fulham are definitely not going to score, I don't think, and I don't think Sheffield United have got the firepower up front. I just think it's going to be a 0-0 draw. I think it's going to be a boring game, like you said, Claude. But then,
just as well, I'll be down to B&Q to get my Dulux then, isn't it? So.
I just think it's going to be a 0-0 draw. I just don't know why. I haven't got a clue why, but I'm just going to go 0-0. Fulham are not going to score, like I said. Sheffield United, I think, are going to struggle. I think Fulham are going to try and not lose the game, so they're going to try and defend for their lives, and it just block out Sheffield United. So I'll go 0-0, boys.
The problem is they can't defend, though, They can't defend.
No, but they can't score either. So if they can't score, they need to try and fucking defend, so they at least get a point. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them. Right, let's go for the next game, boys. And at 2:00, it's Crystal Palace versus Brighton, Dan.
This is going to be another strange one for me because Palace are unpredictable. They go and beat United. Brighton, likewise. I mean, they nearly beat United as well. I thought they were absolutely outstanding, but then they, go and beat Newcastle 3-0. It's really strange for me. However, I fancy a draw. I do. I fancy a draw here. I think they'll cancel each other out. But I fancy 2 goals apiece. At Desmond, I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2. Okay, Dan. Claude.
Yes, the A23 derby, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Dan summed it up brilliantly there. 2 teams that are very, very inconsistent. That's why I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. 1-1 for me.
I've done, Dan, I can't add no more to what you said, really. Same as Claude. I'm going 1-1. I think both teams just play out a draw, to be honest. 1-1. Diego's coming with a super chat. Thank you very much, mate. He said, heard a whisper today at work, only a whisper. Arsene Wenger might be tempted back to the Premiership and replace Roy at Palace. Thoughts on that, Claude?
Oh, one old sod taking over from another. I'm sorry. I think the days of Wenger, he's got a nice little number at FIFA. He's making some great decisions, by the way, with the handball. You want him back in management there? Who wants him in management? Jesus, fuck. Who is it who wants him back?
What? It was, he doesn't want him back. Diego. He said he heard a whisper.
Yeah, Diego, I think that whisper, I don't know where you got that whisper for. I think he's in a comfortable job. I think he's in a comfortable job at FIFA, and
well, Claude,
I don't think unless Gazidis gives him a call in the next few days and says, "Come and wreck another club." I don't know. I think Arsenal will stay at FIFA for now. So, yeah.
He's in London, and I think tonight, if you really wanted to, I think he's on the Graham Norton. Is it the Graham Norton show? Or
Sunday, isn't it? It's normally on a Sunday. Is it tonight?
Is it? Oh, I'm getting my days mixed. I think it's Friday night, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. I'll get
tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night. So he might give it away then. He might let you know. It might be breaking news. You never know, mate.
You don't go on. You don't go on Graham Norton when you're about to be announced as the Palace manager.
I was thinking of purchasing the book to look for the Deadwood section. The Deadwood section.
I was saying to Harry Simio, I tried to pay for that book in instalments, but he said no.
Yeah.
Chapter 14, the Deadwood section.
Right, boys, let's get on to
the next game.
The biggest game of the Sunday is the Tottenham versus West Ham. What a game, 4:30. Dan.
Well, I always like to see West Ham do well in this fixture. I've got a few West Ham fans and unfortunately a few Tottenham fans. And it's always one that makes me laugh because West Ham fans hate Tottenham about as much as we do, I think. Yeah. But West Ham, for me, are one of the strangest teams in this Premier League, that they can go and get a real good performance against Arsenal and everyone says how poor Arsenal were to win 2-1, and then they go and spank Wolves 4-0 and Leicester 3-0, and I think, hang on a minute, maybe our result wasn't so bad. They looked so dire against Newcastle in the first game. I thought they were definite for relegation the way they were playing, but Moyes has picked it up yet again. You know, he isn't as bad as people make out, I don't think, but there we go. So I'm going to go for an interesting game with this one because Tottenham, I just think the firepower up front that they've got is going to be too much for West Ham, and it's at Spurs. Kane and Son on form. I think they'll probably nick it. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Tottenham win, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong, though, of course.
Okay. Right, let's go over to the Tottenham channel. Get Claude's on the special one. Mourinho.
Yeah, you'll write him off, but a happy Mourinho's a dangerous Mourinho. At the moment, things are going well, and you all write him off. I tell you what, I'll say it again. I hope I'm wrong, but this squad they've got is quite strong. You know, it's quite strong. That forward line they've got is now they've got even Gareth Bale joining in as well. So. I think West Ham are playing really well at the moment. It looked really impressive, and I like Antonio, another player that's another really good player that's coming through. And I thought I'm going to go a narrow Spurs win. I'm going to go a narrow Spurs win. I hate to say this, but 2-1 to Spurs.
Oh, you're being very modest there, Claude. Very modest there. I like it. Very modest indeed. Look, I'm going to hold my hands up here because I was one of the ones who said that West Ham were in dire trouble at the beginning of the season. I've got half of my family are West Ham. I've got a load of West Ham mates. And they were giving up their season. I know that they got
the first time you get things wrong, is it?
They was giving up their season tickets because of all the problems there and everything. The players at the beginning of the season, you had Mark Noble, their captain, on Twitter. You know what I mean, going against the club. Jack Wilshere going against the club because of a player they sold and that. But they've come out fighting, these players, and they've done really well in their last two games. And I don't think this is going to be a foregone conclusion, to be honest. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I think West Ham can easily score a goal there. And if they get their tails up, they score again. But I do think Tottenham will hold them through a draw. So I'm going to go for a Tottenham to West Ham 2 draw, personally. So that's what I'm going for. And then the final game of Sunday evening is Leicester City versus Aston Villa, Dan.
Well, this is a top of the table clash, isn't it, at the moment? It's unbelievable, these two teams, how they've started. Leicester had dropped off in the last game against West Ham, as I said. Aston Villa, I mean, I never thought I'd see the day when Aston Villa's midfield is as good as Arsenal's with Grealish, Barkley and McGinn. It's quite unbelievable, really. I mean, us signing Partey has made it a little bit better and maybe it's evened it out a bit. But no, in all seriousness, I think they're looking quite good in midfield, Villa, and tasty with Ollie Watkins up front. But I think Leicester needs a win. And I think Leicester will get a win. I fancy Vardy to be on fire. And I'm going to go with a Leicester City 3, Aston Villa 2. I think this will be a cracker.
Oh, 3-2. That is a cracker. Yes, Dan. Claude.
Hold on a minute, mate.
Right, while you're holding on.
what have I done here? I had it down. Leicester. I don't want to. I wrote it all down earlier, but 1 minute. Leicester. I'm going to go Leicester 2, Villa 1. I just don't know why. I just feel is it where is it at?
Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah, I think a narrow Leicester win. Although I think Villa are been impressive. I just think at home advantage, and they were really hurt with that defeat against West Ham. It was one of them days when anything didn't go for them, and West Ham were clinical on the day. I'm going to go Leicester 2, Villa 1.
Leicester 2, Villa 1. All right. I do think there's going to be goals in this game again, like Dan, but I'm going to go again. I'm going to go 2-2. I'm going to go Leicester 2, Aston Villa 2. I just think it's going to be a great game, but got draw written all over it. Two great sides. I know that you said Leicester's going to have to try and come back, but Villa's tails are going to be up after that win against Liverpool. I know we've had the international break, but they're going to want to keep that going. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. That concludes the Sunday games, and then we've got 2 on Monday night, I do believe. 2 games on Monday to quickly go through, boys. And the first one is West Brom versus Burnley. Dan.
West Brom Burnley. Listen, this is another one for Claude to get his deluxe paint out. I don't think this is going to be a cracker at all. West Brom Burnley, 2 teams that are quite negative, 2 teams that play well organised football. Bilic versus Deitch. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day where we're putting the 2 managers against each other again, but they are. And this is going to be a 1-1 ball draw, I think, personally. I don't think we're going to see much excitement. I'll go for 1-1.
Okay. Claude.
Yeah. Who did you say versus who?
West Brom.
Managers there? I think you got one of the managers wrong. Did I hear that right?
Deitch and Bilic, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Pulis. Sorry, mate. Sorry, I thought you said Pulis. I thought he was going mad. I thought, what's he talking about? I'm sorry, I'm not hearing properly here. Sorry, I do apologise. I'm going to go for a narrow West Brom win, 2 goals. Not West Brom. Narrow Burnley win, 2-1. I just think West Brom at the moment just not right for me. I mean, they had that little flash, didn't they, against Chelsea, and then they couldn't even hold on to that, could they? And but Burnley, I don't think that there's another team that there's a couple of games where they've deserved better than the results they've got. So I think this is their turn to get their result. So I'm going to go for a Burnley win, 2-1.
Okay, I'm going for an absolute boring game, like you said, Dan and Claude. Not going to be too much excitement in this, apart from 1 goal from Burnley. I'm going to go 1-0 Burnley on that one.
Like Dan, I'll be watching something with Hampton at that time of the night because I don't think I could sit through that either.
And the last game on Monday night, 8 o'clock, boys, is Leeds versus Wolves. Dan.
Well, I think this is going to actually be a cracker, boys. I really do, because I think they're 2 well-organised sides, but they have 2 different styles, and one is going to counteract the other. But I expect to see a Leeds victory here. I've been really impressed with Bielsa, I really have, and I've been excited to watch Leeds, and they've not let me down so far. From the moment they kicked off against Liverpool at Anfield, all the way through to their last game where they put up a good fight against Man City. And I think I'm going to see a 2-1 victory for Leeds here. I just think with Wolves, what they've done is they've lost Jota, which I think is a massive loss for Wolves, actually, because I think it gives them pace, power, goals, work rate, and I think that it will be a huge loss. But I'm not a huge lover of the style of play of Wolves at times. I think sometimes it can be a little bit negative, but they are kind of good to watch at the same time when they want to be. But of late, they've been very inconsistent. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds win.
Okay, Claude.
I actually think Leeds will be the surprise team this season. I really do.
Yeah, Leeds are playing well. I just feel that I think this will be a draw. I think because Leeds will concede goals as well. Because of the way they play, they're going to concede goals. I'm going to go 2-2 on this one. I'm going to go 2-2. I think it's a tough game. It's just going to be a tough game for Leeds because Wolves on their day are a tough opposition as well. So, yeah, 2-2 for me.
I'm going to go for a great Leeds win, to be honest. I think the way they've been playing, they're not scared of anyone, and that's the way he's going to keep playing. He doesn't care what team it is. He's going to go and play the attacking football. Wolves sometimes, like Dan said, are a bit negative in the way they play. And if they play like that against Leeds, then Leeds will run all over them. It's as simple and easy as that. I'm going to go 3-1 Leeds.
Fair enough.
There we go.
There you go. That's the results all done, boys. Let's just quickly finish on a quick note on Arsenal and then Dan, because we've not had you on for a long
time. What about the table for our kiss the score? Whatever.
Kiss the score. The table. Sorry, yep, you're right, Claude. Just quickly, sorry, Dan. 2 seconds.
That's all right.
I bet you got 3 points last week, so you decided to dwell over it. I know what you're like.
The league tables. Why not coming up? Oh, here we go. Right, the league tables on Kiss My Score. Top on 30 points is Tom. And then second is Terry. I'm a Gooner on 26. Anthony Herbert is on 26. Connor is on 26. Claudiola is on 22. Dayo's on 22.
I'm coming.
Naz is on 21. Steve on 19. Charlie on 19. Joe on 9. Anthony on 6. Chris on 1. And Urban Ghost on 1. So well done, Tom, for being on top of Kiss My Score.
Who's got 1 on there? They better take up another sport then. Who scored 1 on there?
Urban Ghost.
Well, take up another sport, my friend. I'm sorry. I can't bloody run.
And just quickly to give an update on
Arsenal winning against Sheffield United and all at one point.
Quick update on our fantasy football league. Ricky is still top. Ricky British is still on top with 294 points. I think that's for about the 5th week running, isn't it? 4th week running. Ricky's doing really well. Got a great team there. There's a few others on there.
Let's move on to something else. Yeah. Yeah. Won't go into that one.
Exactly. I don't even know where I am yet. I've got to change my team completely.
I think I'm on page 10 or something. I think.
Right, yeah, Dan. I just want to get your quick thoughts on obviously the transfer window we had. Obviously, what you thought, the ins, not a lot of outgoings, and what's your thoughts on Arteta still going forward, mate, and our best team?
Well, I mean, listen, I don't know if anyone watched on Friday night. Me, Claude, Russ and Manny had a chat about the previous regime and how it's ruined our transfer window in terms of outgoings. I think the incomings was brilliant. I think that Gabriel and Partey are the best 2 signings we could have made for that positions. I think we needed a centre-half and a defensive midfielder. I've been really impressed with Gabriel. I think he's an outstanding defender, and watching him for Lille like I did last season, I thought, wow, this lad has got everything we need as a centre-half. Thomas Partey's the signing we've needed for the last 15 to 16 years since Gilberto and Vieira left, so I'm very happy. But I'm not happy with the lack of outgoings because we are stuck with these players. We're stuck with Socrates. We're stuck with Kolasinac. We're stuck with Ozil. We're stuck with Mustafi. We've still got Guendouzi and Torreira that are on loan that we couldn't get any money for. So as far as I'm concerned, poor for outgoings. I'd give it a 1 out of 10 because they didn't even get rid of one player for any money at all. But in terms of incomings, I was quite impressed. I'm going to give the transfer window a 6.5 out of 10 overall because of the Partey signing. That's lifted it massively for me because it was very, very poor. I thought I was going to give it a very low rating. In terms of Arteta, listen, we've got the right man, but he's got to be backed and we've got to give him time. We can't expect a miracle. I think that 5 years Klopp was given and he was backed and given the players. And I think the difference is that Arteta has only just about been backed with Gabriel and Partey in terms of incomings. We couldn't get aouar over the line, which I was really gutted about because I was told reliably that it was done. But like something happened last minute, clearly not to get him in. But if we could have cleared some of this dead wood out, mate, we might have had enough funds to go for him. Who knows? What do I think of the best 11? Well, I think Leno picks himself. I think in terms of a back 3, which I think Arteta will stick with, I think our best back 3 is personally Gabriel on the left centre-back with David Luiz in the middle and Rob Holding. I don't think we've got anywhere else on that. I haven't seen enough of Saliba. I'd like to see him, but at the moment, for whatever reason, we won't go into it, but he's not being picked. I'd have Maitland-Niles at right back and I'd have Kieran Tierney at left back because I think Bellerin is too hit and miss. I think in the middle, I'd have Danny Ceballos and Thomas Partey. And then my front 3, personally, I would go with Willian on the right, Saka on the left, and then up front I'd have Aubameyang. That's what I would go with. Because I think Lacazette is just not mentally right and Pepe's too inconsistent. I don't actually like Pepe on the right at all. I like him centrally. So I think that we got a good chance of fighting for top 4. And if you want my prediction, I think we are just going to miss out, unfortunately. And I think we'll just get 5th place. And I know that's pessimistic, but I have to be realistic.
No. Listen, I totally agree with you. And I just want to come back on a couple of things you said there because I totally agree with you. Zane, thank you for your chat again. He said, Claude, what are you more excited for? Goldbridge meltdown or Uber hat-trick this weekend?
God, you got to be, as much as I love watching old Goldbridge, you've got to go for your team. If Aubameyang gets a hat-trick this week, it'll be there. Well, let me put it this way. I'll be celebrating very highly. So, but I do enjoy Goldbridge when he has his rants. It's very good. It's very good, actually. It's quite a funny character. But no, it's got to be goal. I was just going to pick up before you say anything, Tel. I was going to pick up on Dan's point, saying he's disappointed that we didn't get anyone out the door. I'm not being funny, mate. If I put them players downstairs next to our bins, not even the dustman would pick them up. Yeah. So come on, let's be fair. Let's be, especially on $100,000 a week. So I think it's just impossible now to get rid of them now. Even with this Ozil situation carrying on now, it's a mess. And the only people to blame are the previous regime.
Absolutely.
And everyone is going on about what a great this Wenger thing going down the London Palladium. By the way, which I couldn't understand because I thought we were supposed to be what is it they're saying?
Social distancing. Yeah.
And they're all sat there waiting for Arsene Wenger to speak, and they're all sat next to each other, which I find quite. You can't go to a football game.
Yeah.
But I will purchase the book because I need something to keep this door open at times, you know. So there we go. That's what I feel.
On what you were saying, I mean, look, for me, I've always said, and I've said it to Claude and Diesel. For me personally, I always thought this window wasn't going to be that great. Me personally, and that's because all them deadwood that you talked about, right? We say it every single week. How crap they are, right? What other team's going to want to come in for them? I just don't understand it. And what other team's going to come in for them, knowing that the wages that they're on? Colosi at $100,000 a week. Do you know what I mean? $100,000 a week. What? You know what I mean? Who's going to pay that? And not only that, right? What I can't understand is why didn't any other team come in for them on a loan deal? On a loan deal for these players, Mustafi.
Nobody wants them, mate. Nobody wants them.
So how can we say that we've been disappointed when, you know what I mean, no other team want them, and especially on the wages that they're on. So next year, that's what I keep saying. Next year, these players, all their contracts are ending. Ozil's ending, Mustafi's are ending.
And I can't wait, mate. And I can't wait until 21. I can't wait.
Exactly.
More than one reason as well. 2021 roll on. 2020's been poor, but at least in 2021 we won't have Ozil and Mustafi and Kolasinac and Socrates.
Yeah, exactly.
And even Luiz is going probably. You know.
So that's 5-6 players there, and how much in wages a week is that?
Extortionate amount, mate.
Extortionate amount. So the next season, the next summer window, really should be the biggest in Arsenal's history for a very, very long time. And I know that people were disappointed this time. If we don't go out next summer, in my eyes, after all them crap has gone, and don't go out and get these players in, then that's when I will be very upset, mate.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
It's as simple as that. But no, I mean, everything else that you said, I totally agree with, mate. Totally agree with. So let's, everybody, you know, hopefully come, 7 o'clock, 7:15, Saturday night. Hopefully, Dan will be having a pint. Claude will be having a pint.
Keep the faith.
And Claude, how will we be dancing if we're having a party?
Yeah, I'm not going to do any more dancing. I've seen enough of that dancing this week, mate, outside the Emirates. By the statue. Jeez, I've never seen anything like it. I thought seeing that dancing, I thought we'd won. I thought we'd won the league already. They just signed the player, for Christ's sake. What's going on with this fan base? What's going on?
Well, there you go. I don't know. But listen, hopefully we can get a win. We can come back.
It's nothing like the Arsenal fan base, is there? Nothing like
there ain't.
Exactly. Hopefully we can.
Money, mate. For money.
Hopefully we can all have a party.
We'll have a party if we win. If we lose, there won't be no party.
Exactly. Right. I just want to thank everybody. Look, we're kept Dan for an hour and a half now. I'm sure he's got other things to be doing. Dan, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it as always, mate.
Thank you both very much. Really good to be back on and see you boys. It's been a crap year, to be fair, 2020, but we got to be there for each other. And once again, just want to send condolences to Lee and Graham because it has been a terrible time for them both. Obviously, I'm very close to both, love them to pieces, and hope that they are okay, and send their wishes to them and their family. But cheers for that.
Yeah,
we've had fallouts and everything like that, but this is. When I heard about it, that hit me because I know what I went through with when my mother died. So it's not an easy time, and my advice to both of them as well, because going through it, take your time, don't rush back, take your time, because it took me a couple of months before I could go to watch another game.
Yeah,
but everyone is different, but take your time. When you feel you're ready, come back. Don't come back too early, because sometimes it can take its toll on you, and it's a horrible feeling, and because it's your parents. They brought you into this world. We've had them. You're not in this world. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's all got to go, but the people say we've all got to go, but we don't want to see it, do we? We don't want to see it, and it's horrible. And anyway, I wish them both well, and hopefully they're back soon, cheering plenty of listeners on the channel, because Same Old Arsenal is a wonderful channel, very witty, very good insight into the games and the team and everything. So listen, what more can I say? I just take your time, boys. When you're ready, come back and you'll be okay. Yeah.
Cheers, Claude.
Condolences to both of them, and like Claude said, if they need anything, we're always here for you and all, Dan, if you need anything, mate. Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah, just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. Really, you've been amazing tonight. Thank you for being in the family again. Thank you all for your super chats. Really appreciate it. Tomorrow night,
Dan, before we go, shout out what you got in your channel coming up as well.
Yeah.
Cheers. No, I appreciate that, boys. So obviously with what's happening, we're taking a break for the next few days, just out of respect for Lee and Graham. So our preview show's cancelled tomorrow night, and the Monday night show will be as well. But hopefully we'll be back next week, we can start on Same Old Arsenal every Monday night. Come and please like and subscribe to the channel. Mondays and Fridays, we're trying to do something a little bit different on the Friday night with a preview show with myself, and we've got the usual show on Monday night. But thank you for letting me shout that out, Claude. Much appreciated.
No, I understand that taking the channel off the air, that's understandable in the circumstances. And as I say, when the channel's ready to come back, I wish it well. And listen, you. We're all in the same business. We wish everyone well on this channel, because we know how hard work it is to make things happen on YouTube. So we wish you well, and as I said, I wish both of them well, and hopefully they're back and cheerful quite soon. Yeah, although I know it's going to take time.
Cheers, boys.
Exactly. And don't forget, everyone, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, we've got our Only Balls and Horses show. Should be quite a good laugh. talking about the best moments of the series, our best moments and best bits, the funniest bit.
Only fools, don't need only fools with you and Diesel about. We got them already.
We've also got Anthony Costa from Blue coming on. He's going to be with us tomorrow night.
Is he definitely coming this time? Not
he's
going to let me
definitely
down.
coming this time. He's definitely coming. So it will be here.
One love. That's all you need on love. Right, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And what about the other guys? Is he coming on as well, Terry?
Maybe, yeah. We're just trying to get that sorted. So we're just gonna confirm that one, make sure he's coming on, and then we go from there. But he's definitely on. Don't forget, Saturday we'll be doing.
I'm looking at you in that studio there, Terry. I'm looking at you in that wonderful studio that you've moved into. Where are you, in Canary Wharf somewhere? I don't know where it is. But that wonderful studio you're in. And I'm thinking you'd be brilliant on Question of Sport with that, the way you're landing.
I'll tell you what. I'll take that as a compliment, Call. Don't worry about that. I don't know if Alex Scott will be too happy about that, though, to be honest with you. She's only just got the job.
By the way, have you finished that bathroom yet, Terry? Have you finished it?
Nearly.
Oh,
Saturday. Hold up. Saturday, don't forget, we've got the watch-along. Well, I think we've got to do Everton, Liverpool, and all, haven't we? Do you want to do Everton, Liverpool, watch-along?
Yeah, no, you've got to do your tiles in the bath, haven't you?
That'll be done before then. So we've got Everton, Liverpool, watch along, and then at 5:30 we have the Man City Arsenal game.
Yeah, that's a long. Yeah, all right. Yeah, go on.
And on Sunday we'll have we'll be doing the Tottenham West Ham game too. So everyone, please come and join us for then. Until then, everyone, we'll see you.
It's Liverpool Everton box office.
No,
BT.
Sky, yeah.
All right.
So yeah. So until tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, everyone, we'll see you all soon. Thank you very much. Appreciated you all being here. Thank you. And we'll leave you with this.
Oh, no.